I cannot believe we're finally here. Our final day of tier lists, one for every day in May, and we're here at 31. How and why did we do this?
I don't know, but for our final day, we're going out with a bang. The top 31 Justice Fighters cards. A friend of ours, SML Captain, is building a card game and gave us an advanced copy to play with. So we went through every card to pick the best 31. It felt right for our final day. Now for one last time, let's begin.
I'm now going to read something I thought of this morning that James hasn't seen. Since our final tier list is so special, I'd like to make a wager with you, James. For every time we break while reading this script, that person owes the other $1. You'll keep those takes in the video so everyone can play along. Sound good?
You're on.
For the first and final time, we begin our list at 31 with Is This Your Cheese? A quick house rule that rewards opponents for guessing the cheese the player has in mind and punishes them for getting it wrong. Also, if you recognize the awful artwork in this card, then you'll understand why this one made it on the list at all.
That's mean, but yes, I designed this card. I love it, I want it framed. Fisting at 30 is punch. It just deals damage to a target. But look at that art. You feel that punch. You know it was a sucker punch, and the guy being punched is definitely gonna need a dentist. Great card.
29 makes me chuckle because it's the blue card of death. Anyone with a computer knows the rage-inducing look of the blue screen, and this card is very similar. It wipes all players' hands and cards in play, essentially resetting the field during a game. I sure hope you back that up because you are screwed.
28 is not a butthole, it's the bagel of truth or something. This card has a bit of a physical element to it. One of the many things about Justice Fighters that not only gives you a reason to laugh hard every once in a while, but gets you thinking physically. Why? Because you gotta whip this card at a player. If it hits, draw a card. If it misses, discard a card. Don't aim for the face.
Blowing our 27th spot to shreds is actually our first twofer, Grenade. And another grenade, if only because of pure hilarity factor alone. If you use grenade before another grenade, the latter does extra damage as well. If you use grenade before another grenade, the latter does extra damage as well. A great add-on to a near-perfect card. These are getting hard to pick, but the 26th best card in the Justice Fighters version we have is good old-fashioned Flashback, which allows you to pick 2 cards from any graveyard or a card from the void and return it to your hand. That's a nice effect, sure, but do you see this art? Highly recommend just staring at it for minutes on end. Flashbacking.
What's that buzzing at 25? Why, it's Cloud of Gnats. When this card is killed, it returns to the top of the player's deck. Little secret about this card, it's another one that is here because the card is hilarious. It's ridiculous and we love it.
Few things in life can prepare you for the 24th best card. I believe this belongs to you, which redirects spells and traps at the casting player. Yet another with a neat effect and hilarious art. It's a giant catapult launching at a giant slingshot. This card just oozes charm. 23 is Censorship, this time not only because of the art, but the ability is unique as well. It removes an ability from another card, permanently. Suddenly Cloud of Gnats doesn't revive, another grenade doesn't do extra damage. That adds some high stakes to some really good art.
22 is Yoink. I have trouble looking at this card without laughing. Oh, it also lets you steal 3 cards from an opponent's deck and heal for 2 HP. But again, that art. Damn. 21 is a heaping stack of peach rings. Why? It's hilarious. It's not a pile. It's not a truck full. It's a heaping stack. You can't even imagine the size of such an amount of delicious peach rings.
James won't admit this, so I will. We have another twofer at 20 because we couldn't decide between Optimistic Surgeon and Trouser Surgeon. It was based on the art, again, because the former has the patient awake for whatever the doctor is doing. The latter features the doctor very seriously observing a pair of pants on an operating table. See? You'd have a hard time picking too!
19 is Mr. Moon because he has a top hat, teacup, monocle, bow tie, and oh yeah, is the moon! I don't think it needs much more than that. 18 is Shifty Walrus because the face is excellent. That is one suspicious tusk-clad creature. It knows something, you're just not sure what. Another excellent card design.
You won't get through this one without laughing.
Yes, I will. 17 is the Bumble Hornet Wasp Bee Jacket. I love this card. I love this creature. Do I want it to exist? No. It will kill billions with all the spikes, wings, and the psychotic look in those eyes. If science ever does its thing and lets this come to life, run to another planet. If science did this, chances are we're far enough along for space travel too.
Ah, here's one I might not make it through. The Flaming Fire Chaos Fury of Destruct-Exploding Carnage. Hey, I did it. Anyway, yeah, that takes our 16th best spot. 1, the long name is too funny not to break out laughing in the middle of. 2, the card art accurately depicts something that someone would describe as Destruct-Exploding and Carnage. And 3, the effect, which splits 1,350 damage between 3 creatures or players. It's a rich, lovely card that deserves your attention. 15 is Sassy Squatch, and it does that thing I like again, where it requires more thought and care than just placing a card down. If you assign this creature to block, you may say, girlfriend, and snap your fingers sassily. If you do this, the creature whose attack was blocked will be returned to the controller's hand. See? That's a unique mechanic that's also funny and thoughtful.
Coming off something so active and fun is 14, Wrath of Jesus, with art depicting a very pissed Jesus about to Grand Slam Earth. It destroys all creatures in play. Yet another great card that wipes the slate clean with an excellent graphic.
We're having a hard time not laughing while reading this script. Wearing multiple hats at 13 is Kung Fu Action Doctor Soldier, another creature card with fun art and a ridiculously long and complicated name that never fails to get a laugh out of us.
12 is Egg. Gives creature an egg. SML Captain made this card for us on the fly, and it's funny to us because what would the egg do? Does it hatch?
Does it possess nutritional value? We may never know. Either way, egg. 11 is Mobile Pineapple. Not only is the notion of this card and art pure hilarity, the description ties it all together perfectly. Strategist. That's all this says. Mobile Pineapple, Strategist. No notes.
For the final time, we're in the top 10, and starting us off is the Robot Machine, a card Andy and I laughed at for a good 4 minutes because of the redundancy of it. It's a basic robot creature, but it was too good not to let in the upper echelon of great Justice Fighters cards. Welcome to the 9th best spot, if you would, the Clambulance. Now, you may be wondering, what differentiates the Clambulance from an ambulance? Well, the graphic on the side that says Dem Clams, of course, also the clam on top of the vehicle proudly displaying its pearl.
Yelling crazy things at your neighbors is number 8 on our list, the Raving Lunatic. It grants all player creatures inflatable as long as it's on the field, which might be helpful, but otherwise look at the art! Look at the concerned citizen in the background next to the parent and child, both wondering what the lunatic will rave about next. These cards continue to be comedy gold all their own.
For the first time ever in our entire 31 days of doing this, we have a 5-way tie for 7th place. The 5 cards in this spot are Breakify, Shattericate, Destroyer Eyes, Annihilate Eyes, and Beautify. The first 4 of those all share the same effect, destroying a non-creature card in play, with Beautify being the only outlier. It destroys an attacking creature if that creature had a higher attack than one of yours while it was blocking. We grouped these because their effects were similar and we couldn't let Beautify stand alone. It had to be with Annihilate Eyes, Shattericate, Destroyer Eyes, and Breakify.
At 6, we have yet another twofer for you, mainly for hilarity's sake. The tie is between your pal Brian and Carl. Both characters seem equally jazzed to offer their assistance. There's even a giant arrow pointing to and denoting where Carl is on the card. Perfect! At 5, we have yet another twofer for you. This one is mechanically focused, and the tie is between the Queen Mother of all trap cards and the almighty power of E. Both of these trap cards offer the user a choice between many different effects that vow to shake up not only a turn, but the entire game itself. The best effect comes from the Queen Mother of all traps. Your opponent now owes you lunch. Can't beat an effect like that.
Instantly filling our 4th best spot is Instant Mountain, a creature card that is both inflatable and stationary. It's instant and it's a mountain. Suddenly the landscape changed, it's alive, and it's going to attack you next turn. That's funny on a scale we can't quantify.
Yes, another card with a unique and fun mechanic. Our top 3rd pick is Acousticophobia, which destroys all cards in play with an open mouth in their artwork. In addition to the art being another one for the books, this card makes you think. It makes your opponent think. It's a stone you can throw while everyone, even you, live in glass houses. The 2nd best card in our version of Justice Fighters comes with a story. It's Wanna Bet, which allows any player to challenge any action taken during the game after this card is played. Saying that 2-word phrase initiates a match of paper, rock, scissors between the person who said it and the person performing the in-game action. If the challenger is successful, the move is countered. If they fail, they lose HP and other players must boo them. The story is that I beat SML Captain in a match using this card. Very short story, but luck was on my side that day. We did it! We did it. The final thing on the final day of our final tier list. How do we end this 31-day charade? What is the best Justice Fighters card? It has to be, unequivocally, Kevin the Great. The creator of Justice Fighters and a great friend, all in one convenient card. Also, the card is uncounterable, magic-proof, and can counter another targeted attack. Not only is it powerful, it's an effigy of a great guy.
It just so happens Kevin is presenting Justice Fighters at Gen Con in July, so be sure to show him a lot of support in the comments below. We already have the game, so we know how cool it is, but one day you might get one too. Who knows? See you all next time for something that isn't a tier list.
I just noticed something. These tier lists, they're more like rankings, aren't they?
God damn it.